the Washington Commanders. For the right to head down to New Orleans for Super Bowl 58, it's NFC Championship time. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. To head down to New Orleans for Super Bowl 58. It's NFC Championship time. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off play action. It's Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Faking the handoff, Howell. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now they go play action with Howell. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Armani Rogers, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders have struck first in this NFC title game. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'll go play action. Howell.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down, Howell to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A huge play there for Washington. 46 yards.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Howell, 3rd and goal. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down. They'll go to Barkley again. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there. 34 yards. And the Falcons are back within a score. And it's no good. He missed it right to the left. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't.
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Howell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. A solid stiff arm. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Howell. That is taken in by Rodgers. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. They'll get 34 yards there. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons get a bit closer. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes it at the 7. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times. but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now throwing on 1st down here. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Powell. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. It's Rodgers here with a grab. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough. You know when I could tell this is going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But probably guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards. And they send the slot in motion left. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, 28 yards. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
From the 29, Powell. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a way that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been a...
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Well, we're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just want to force it in there because it can be tipped up and picked off.
Hey, shoot! Hey, exit! Hey, Charlie!
Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Break. You got Parker. Away. Look, squeeze.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, and they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So here we go, 4th down. Howell. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Lawrence. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Up the middle with Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there.
I'm ready.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
We'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. This one from 35 yards away. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hook left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. His throw incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's returnable now for Smith. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be Falcon football.
Come on, set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 up to the 27. On 3rd down, Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Again, it's Lawrence. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Nice job of buying it on defensively. And that brings up 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. To try again after the sack. Powell. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40. Now this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Ready? Look at me.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. That's Austin. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. From midfield now, Lawrence. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Now Lawrence on first down. Touchdown Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
He's got a man, complete. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Howell, third and goal. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Commanders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Howell throwing for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Lawrence. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Celebration time in D.C., Washington, the NFC champs, as we